Close. All right. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to, got this light on. Don't want that one on. Welcome to Morning Movement and Mobility. I'm Henry Byer. Just having a little bit of discombobulation getting set up today. So thanks for being here. And thanks for your replay viewers for catching it later on. Again, you folks right in front of me, this is YouTube Live and Facebook Live. And down here to the right is Instagram Live. So, hey, Instagrammers, hey, Facebookers, and YouTubers, great to have you here. Also, thanks again to you replay viewers for catching this later on. Let's get rolling today. So, I come across this twice recently. One in an Olympic weightlifting book and the other in a functional training book. And they both recommend doing foam rolling as your first thing when you're starting your, as the first thing that you do when you do your workout. And then, so I thought we would just go through a little foam rolling today. Now this is, if you don't have a foam roller, then I'm sorry about that. It's a good thing to have, good for self-massage. And the two areas, well, there's a lot of areas to do. We're going to cover two areas today. Well, actually 4 areas today. So I'm going to work on my hamstring here. The reason they say to do this is that it just starts to soften up the muscle and makes it more receptive to stretching. And that's why it's a good thing to do first thing in the morning. So I do these hamstring ones where I just roll on my foam roller for, it's about 10 passes each leg. You don't have to do a lot of this. They say 5 to 10 minutes of this. So 3, I don't know. We're going to do 5 on each leg today. 5, just to save some time, just to show you, because I know that some of you might not. This is really going to mess up my rug here, huh? Doing this on here. So you just do each leg. Massage has been proven to be an excellent therapy for improving performance, removing soreness. Expensive self-massage method to do this. So there, I got my hamstrings. Those are one of the things that is, as I said, is really tight on people. And then calf muscles is another one. I have very sensitive calves, and your muscles are not meant to, like right there, middle of my calf there, I have my left calf is a very sensitive spot. It's like a trigger spot. So you should kind of stop on it, and you can actually move your ankle back and forward, and you start trying to release those knotty areas. So 4, 5, we'll do these a little bit more. 6, 7, got to move back a little bit. 8, 9, 10. I just go back and forth. With my calves, with my hamstrings, I can do one hamstring at a time. I can use the weight of the other leg to even put more pressure on it. The more pressure you get down in the foam roller, the better. With my calves, they're so sensitive that I can't do that. And I really have to do that every day. So now I'm sitting on it kind of at an angle. And I'm working on the glute muscle here, just going back and forth on the foam roller, just a little bit. All right, and then you switch sides, and here you go. Just a little foam rolling on the glute muscle. And then from there, we go to the lower back. So the lower back is another tight spot. And you just roll back and forth along your lower back. Short strokes here, 5 to 10. Yeah. And then we do the upper back. The key with the upper back is you're going to have your arms up in front of you like this, and you want to pull your elbows together. So you could only like this and pull your elbow, actually have your hands behind your head and pull your elbows together, and that opens up, spreads your shoulder blades, and then you can roll along those rhomboids and the traps that are there. 4, 5, 6. Now there's a lot more muscle to foam roll, but a quick, especially if you have, I say this a lot, but if you have particular spots on you that are tight, then, focusing on those areas is important, so you get them loosened up. So after the foam rolling, then the next step is actually some static stretching. So we're going to do our static stretches here, and we're going to start with this hip flexor stretch. So again, you're kneeling here, and you squeeze. I'm on my right knee. You're squeezing the same side glute muscle. You're keeping your hips square, and you're just leaning into this. One of the reasons that people have said not to do static stretching before working out is that it can actually reduce response time in the muscle and can actually make the muscle weaker. But recent studies have shown that's not necessarily the case. And there's it's mixed results there on that fact. So for the majority of us who are not, at the top end of sports, but are just trying to be, living well type of people, then there's not as big a risk of adversely affecting your training by doing this stretching before. And because when your muscles are warmed up, you can stretch further, but it might not create more flexibility. Whereas when your muscles are cold, you actually can get some flexibility. You can increase your flexibility because you're stretching them from sort of their shortened position. That's at least the idea. So I switch sides here to my left side. And it's also been shown that if you do dynamic or static stretching early in your warm-up and then move through some mobility and dynamic stretching, that the loss of performance actually can be reduced through sort of the sequence that you do your stretching. All right, that's good. We're only going to do one set. But you would do, again, it would be the same thing, 2 to 3 sets of 30 seconds for each one. So now we're going to do our hamstring stretch, our current hamstring stretch, which is to clasp your hands behind your back, gently bend your knees, and just push your heels back. You want to feel as if you're going to fall over. All the weight is on those heels. And you feel a nice stretch here in your hamstrings. Chest up and just sit back into that. Breathe easy. The hamstrings are connected to your pelvis, not to your back. So it's the hinging at the pelvis that creates the stretch here. All right, good. And we'll do our (90-90) modified hurdler stretch. So sit down and chest up, right hand on left foot, on my left knee forward, and just lean out over that left knee. Now, I think with any of these stretches or any of the sort of the things that you get shown either on here or on, from anybody else, you have to try these things out for yourself and see what gets you the best results. Is doing mobility, doing some foam rolling and some stretching before you do your workout. Does that get you better results in your mobility and flexibility? Or doing it afterwards? Or, just doing foam rolling? Sometimes, time is an issue, and we take 30 minutes to do some stretching here, right? But this is a morning routine, and it's here to improve flexibility and mobility in general. But when you're working out, you have to figure out what's going to be the best thing for you. And some of these, workout plans, some of the stuff that I look at is really designed for athletes who have a fair amount of time, to do a workout, right? And a lot of people have less time than that. So you have to really sort of adjust and pick the things that get you the best results. And maybe some days your workout is just doing this. All right, awesome. So we did that. So now we're going to move into our regularly scheduled activity, which is arm swings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Double knee bend. 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 Awesome. And now spinning, looking forward, arms loose. They're like noodles. There's a little something under my toe. Think about lengthening that spine. Good. Now we'll do basketball. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Extending up through your ankles, knees, and hips. You drop down. And then extending through your shoulders, elbows, and wrists. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3. 1. Good. And now back to arm swings. Excellent. And the next thing we're going to be doing is breathing. So this breathing, yesterday we did our toe touching breathing like that. Today we're going to do flexion intolerant breathing exercise. So if you're one of the people who have difficulty with flexion in your lower back, then this, whenever we do a breathing exercise, this is the one you want to do. So you start with your feet about fist width apart. That's like hip. So when you're standing hip width apart, you should be able to like put your fist in between your feet, toes pointing forward. So then you have your hands with palms facing down and the fingertips just about touching. And then look at your hand, at your fingers. And as you raise them, breathe in through your nose till they're overhead. And then press up as if you try to push the ceiling up. And then drop your hands down to your side. And as you drop your hands down to your side, you just bring your head down so you're looking towards the horizon. And then you begin again. Palms down, looking at your fingertips. Following your fingertips with your eyes until you're overhead. Push and then exhale. Push, exhale. Again. Push, exhale. Push, exhale. One more. Push, exhale. All right, awesome. So now we'll do sun salutation. And the power in repeating these exercises, these practices, is over time is where you get the benefits. You don't get the benefits today. You get them from repeating these things over and over and over again. And it may seem that the activity loses your attention because you're repeating the same thing over again. You're like, well, I would like to do something different. But it's in the ability to repeat this stuff over and over again where you get the most benefit. I mean, if you go to I remember hot yoga, or go to hot yoga, and you do the exact same poses in the exact same order every time. But it's by doing that your body begins to adapt to that. and you just get better at the poses. That's essentially what's happening here, is you're getting better at each one of these activities as you're doing. That's the goal, at least. Okay, so here, sun salutation. Inhale, squeeze your glutes as you reach back. Exhale as you bend over. Step back with your right foot. Chest up. Step back with your left foot into downward dog. Down to your stomach. Point your toes. Lift your chest. Inhale here. Back into downward dog. Exhale. Step forward with your left foot. Chest up. Inhale. Step forward with your right foot. Exhale. And stand up. I'm just change my hat here because that one wants to fall off today. Okay. Other side. Breathe in. Bend over. Breathe out. Step back with your left foot. Chest up. Breathe in. Step back with your right foot. Downward dog. Exhale. Come forward onto your stomach. Point your toes. Lift your chest. Inhale. Push back into downward dog. Exhale. Step forward with your right foot. Chest up. Inhale. Step forward with your left foot. So that's 2 reps. Do a few more here. Exhale as you bend over. Step back with the right foot. Chest up. Inhale. Step back with the left foot. Exhale. Downward dog. Come forward onto your stomach. Lift your chest. Inhale. Push back into downward dog. Exhale. Step forward with your right foot. Left foot. Exhale. Here we go again. Reach back. Breathe in. Bend over. Exhale. Step back with your left foot. Chest up. Breathe in. Step back with your right foot. Downward dog. Exhale. Come forward onto your stomach. Point your toes. And lift your chest. Inhale. Back to downward dog. Step forward with your right foot. Chest up. Inhale. Step forward with your left foot. Exhale. Stand up. Just follow along as best you can. This is the last one. Step forward with your right foot. Chest up. Step forward with your left foot. There we go. So now, after that, after the sun salutation routine, we do Hindu push-ups. So Hindu push-ups, you begin in downward dog. Hips up, heels down, pushing away with your shoulders. Then you scoop down into upward dog, like this. You're supporting your weight on your hands and your toes. And then you go back into downward dog, and you repeat like that, okay? So to make it easier, you can come forward into the push-up, drop down, and then go up like that. So back into push-up position, down, and then up. Even easier is drop to your knees, come down, and then push up like so, and then back into downward dog like that. Knees down, push up like that, and back. 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. Inchworm, walk your legs up. So knees straight and walk your feet to your hands or as far as you can before you have to start bending your knees. Some days I can get my hands all the way, my feet all the way to my hands. Other days I cannot. Okay. Next exercise is a Hindu squats. So again, your feet are about hip widths apart. And then toes pointing out a little bit. 3 count exercise. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. At the bottom, you're up on your toes. Knees are bent. Your upper body, you want as vertical as you can get it. You really want to work on pulling your hips forward so your body remains upright. And then you come up like this. To help, if you're unable to do like that, you can use like a broom handle. You can use the back of a chair. You can use a chair or a table. Put your hands on it. Sort of chest level seems to like up, like just below your chest level seems to be the best height, because then you can really pull up with it and have assistance with that. So I think the broom handle is probably the best thing there. So we do 12 of these. So let's begin. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 6. 1, 2, 7. 1, 2, 8. 1, 2, 9. 1, 2, 10. 1, 2, 11. 1, 2, 12. I don't know. I think I lost count there somehow. That happens. It happens when counting the cadence as well as the repetitions. Okay, last one is Thoracic Bridge. So again, you sit on your bum, feet flat on the ground, knees bent at roughly 90 degrees. You're supporting your upper body with your arms straight behind you. Your weight is on the palm of your hands and your fingers are pointing away. And then you lift your hips, squeezing your glutes hard. And we do 6 of these. Now, if that position is difficult, you can just sit here like this and just let your arms get used to that stretch. So here we go. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, awesome. So we're going to do just one round of kicking. This is the dynamic stretching. So, the static stretching was, now 20 minutes ago. So we've done a lot of other stuff to help warm up the body. So the impact of the static stretching wouldn't be as great on your workout with all this following movements that we've done. So We're going to go kicking, just front kicking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch to arms. Again, for your legs, 10 to 12 reps. And you want to do, about 4 of those, 4 sets of those, 4 to 7 sets of those. Okay, arms. So they come up. At the top, you do a double pump. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. And then alternating. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. I always say this at the end. The key with these is to keep your glutes tight, so you're not hyperextending your lower back as you do this. You want to keep a neutral spine as you bring your arm up. Okay. Now we're just going to do our leg swing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. So what I have here is a 5-foot piece of PVC pipe. It's I don't know, I think it's 1 inch inside or maybe 3/4. I'm not sure, but a 10-foot piece of this costs like $3 or $2 at Home Depot. They will cut it in half for you. You go buy a 10-foot piece, you get 2 pieces of these. They're just super handy for doing exercise stuff. Totally worth the effort and the small bit of investment on your part to have that. Okay, we're just going to do 1 chest opening, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's it for today. We will see you next time. I got to go help my wife and son get ready to take off. So Instagrammers, nice to have you here. We'll see you next time. Cheers. And Facebook crew and YouTube crew, we'll see you next time. Cheers.